Been thinking a lot about a lot of things lately, and I have something I want to say, but I don't necessarily have all the right words for what I want to say. So, um, if y'all just kind of listen with an open mind and an open heart, I would really appreciate it. Um, Over the last few weeks, our nation has been mourning the death of George Floyd, a man who, when confronted by the police, he complied in all of the ways that we teach our children that they should comply. And now George Floyd is dead. So the system that we say was built to protect him and all of us, instead, it took his life. And I know that Mr. Floyd's story is one of thousands of millions throughout our nation's history and even in our Chattanooga history. Um, and I am moved right now, and I am convicted by my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ to want better for Hamilton County and for Chattanooga. I believe that each of us has to do the work to root out racism in our own hearts. And as a white woman, I carry this responsibility with great solemnity. And I have been quite introspective on how I can have a positive effect in my small circle and my larger networks. Yet, while I am an individual and I am a mother, I am also an elected leader, as are each of us on this board. And consequently, our responsibility is greater, and we have the potential to have a lasting impact for good or for bad. And I want it to be good. Our board holds the futures of more than 44,000 children in our hands. And a lot of those kids are Black and brown. And we cannot deny that disparities exist. Now, in the last 3 years since Dr. Johnson has been with us, and 2 of which I've had the honor to serve alongside all of you, we have made some really important strides toward a more equitable educational experience. I've been kind of taking stock and making a list. Some of the things that stand out to me: we've established an Office of Equity. We have seen AP course participation by Black students increase from 360 courses to 817 in the space of a year, from 1718 to 1920, so 2 years. We've standardized our magnet school process and worked on the way that we promote those schools to make sure that families all over our county know about those programs and feel welcome to participate in them. We've changed the way that we use our Title I funds. We've moved away from supplanting resources to truly using them to supplement and providing district funding the way that we should in our Title I schools. And another thing I've always thought is important is we added an element in Dr. Johnson's evaluation that we are looking every year at our minority student academic progress, because we know that those kids matter. And I'm proud of that work, but we have lost our momentum. Somewhere along the way, that word equity, it became a bad word in Hamilton County. And I think it's time that we start talking about race and racism openly in Hamilton County schools. We need to shine a light on the fact that for decades we have not delivered on the promise of equal educational opportunities. And commit as the board, we are the board here in 2020, that's all we can be, that we will do that hard work of creating policy that closes the opportunity gap, because we have been elected to be stewards of this system. I've requested from Dr. Johnson that over the next 30 days, I would like for his team to compile a comprehensive list of our progress toward equity, and also a list of disparities that exist in our system for us to examine as a board. We haven't done that in a couple of years, and we need to take another hard look at it. Then, as we continue to implement our strategic plan, we can dig in and figure out how to do better for our students. Also, to further prepare us for the work, I've spoken with Chairman Wingate, and tonight I asked Chairman Wingate to support my request for Racial Equity Institute groundwater training for all board members. Groundwater training is a presentation that I think will provide us with a shared understanding of the facts of structural racism in systems. It's very data driven. We've had other county leaders participate in it, and it's a real learning opportunity. To close, I'll just say that public service, it's the most difficult work I've ever done. And I will be the first to say that I've already made plenty of mistakes. I have sat quietly and I have allowed racist statements to go unchecked. And I have allowed divisive rhetoric to distract me from the work at hand. And that silence has hurt people, and I am sorry. I teach my children to stand up for what they believe in, even when their knees are knocking. And I commit to do nothing less. So I hope that each of you will join me, and that when we have that information in front of us, that we'll be ready to work together to make progress for Hamilton County students of every color, but especially for those who have for so long faced the largest opportunity gaps. Thank you. That's all.